Hey friends! I'm so excited to be vlogging more on YouTube or be more active overall, because I do find that YouTube's just like a really special place when you're somebody that has a lot to say. It's a perfect platform for that. I'm working on getting a mic and getting a few extra gadgets to make this more accessible for me. I'm also going to move soon, so I'll be able to create a permanent space where I can do this. Eventually get a better camera, blah blah blah, but we'll get there. I was really excited to make this vlog today and come on here until there was a comment made on one of my posts on Facebook, and I posted this on all my social media today, and it's referring to how when we are hard on people, we are hard on Earth, or whatever we do to people, we are essentially doing to Earth. And today is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day, by the way. And that's why I wrote it. And then somebody from my past came through with a really punishy attitude, like, oh, I'm glad you figured that out. Like, she's not even my friends on Facebook. She went out of her way to leave this comment, and instantly I got this gut feeling in my stomach, this really gut feeling in my stomach. And so I wanted to add a little bit of that into this video to let y'all know that I am definitely not perfect, and I've been an asshole. I still have the ability to be. I've been toxic. I still have the ability to be. I've been ignorant. I still have the ability to be. Nothing has changed because I've realized some few things that sound deep when you put them on paper. Just because you became more spiritual doesn't mean that you are exempt from being human. I'm still human. I still can be every day. I'm being human right now, actually, talking about this. And it's kind of like, don't come at me like that. You can literally write to me through a direct message if you ever want to talk about anything with me. If you're like, Carolina, you're being a hypocrite, I want you to tell me why you feel that way. Like, don't write it in a comment on like a public forum. Like, I think that's like, you want attention, you want to get into drama. Like, that's what that seems like to me, and I'm not about that anymore. It's been a long time coming that I've been healing from a lot of crap. I didn't grow up with a really gentle environment. Everybody was constantly hard on me, making fun of me, shaming me for things, which is why I preach these things. When we shame other people, we're shaming Earth, because I've been shamed. Anything that anybody is, that has been done to them too. For most part, probably like 95%. So, with that said, I am who I am. Just because I've realized a few things and I sound really deep on paper, it doesn't mean that I am like putting myself on a pedestal or like the most self-righteous. That's like the last thing I am. I'm all about showing who I really am, talking about it. Like, I can be envious, I can be an asshole. Like, what else do you guys want me to say? I can be all those things 100%. I am not perfect, definitely not. So I wanted to start the video with that, and then dive a little bit into what I really wanted to talk about, and let's connect that with Earth Day a little bit more. So, I think when it comes to our identity and in relation to our ego, I think, or if you look at identity as ego, but more like identity as a human on Earth, right? We have just been stuck in this illusion where we believe that we're not part of Earth, that we're separate from it now. And that really solidifies that like earthly ego where you forget where you're really coming from, and that Earth and you are one. And once again, that's like the spiritual deep side of it. But when we really get down to the matter, and how we're treating Earth, and the fact that we think that if we keep treating Earth this way, nothing's going to happen to us, goes to show even more how separate we think we are from it all. I mean, we are on this planet. We were born here. The people that brought us into this world were born here as well. We are from a place that we don't really truly understand. And that's the bottom line. This is the most that we have. Earth is our root. So we gotta be grateful, and we gotta be mindful. And getting more into the identity thing. The identity thing to me is really, really interesting, and I talked about it a little bit in the video that I posted earlier, because I talked about my identity crisis on social media. And it hasn't just been on social media, it's been something that was reflected into my actual everyday life, because I always felt like culture was asking me to pick one way to be. Like, I couldn't like enjoy being multiple things. Like, it's like you can't be spiritual and like work out at the same time, because if you work out you're shallow, so how can you be spiritual? It's that type of mentality that's really ignorant and doesn't let us grow and expand and experience new things. Everybody gets stuck in this box where like, I can only be this one thing. And at the same time, if you get stuck in that box and it's the one thing, like, attracting instant gratification and maybe friendship and maybe like, you know, the love that you haven't had in a long time. I understand why you don't want to move boxes, you know, but it's easily to get trapped in these identities and think that that's all we are. So one way that I really like to look at life as, I like to look at life like it's a play and we're all playing characters, you know. I played the character of an asshole like 10 years ago to this girl that came at me on Facebook status, but like now as that I'm older, I'm almost gonna be 30 this year, I understand that that's not really me. That was a moment in time I was reflecting from my experiences because I hadn't came to my power yet. Like now, if I'm an asshole now, I'm gonna tell you that I did that like thinking about it. There is no escaping that anymore because I'm at this point where I am very aware of most of the things that I'm doing. But if you're talking to me about 10 years ago, I was a hurt person. There was a lot of pain in my heart. I was not aware. I didn't understand how hurting people was hurting myself. I didn't understand the extent of that I was hurting people too. And now that I'm here, I'd like to think of my identity as ever flowing, and I like to think of myself that I'm playing different characters. I'm one person when I'm in school, I'm one person here and like in my life at home, I'm one person on social media, and you split that up in different social medias. I can be different people. It doesn't mean that I'm faking anything. It just means that I'm able to navigate through these dimensions without taken away from each other. You know, I can be a fitness professional, but I can also be, you know, a spiritual thinker and expresser, an expressive person, you know. I can be all these things, and it's important to really keep your mind open about your identity because it's really, really easy to get trapped in them and think that that's who we are. But at the end of the day, when you take all those identities away, I am just me, who I am in the present moment, and the lessons that I've learned, and the things that I've grown to become right here, right now, not 2 minutes ago, not 2 minutes from now, but right here. This is all I have. This is my true identity. And if we get a little bit more deeper, I mean, are we really just spirits in human bodies? You know, is that really my true identity? But that's something that is more philosophy and we don't really have an answer to. But in terms of something solid, which is our bodies and the things that we do, how we make money, how we make friends, how we connect with people, that's more solid for us. And it's important to really just keep your mind open, keep your heart open to the identity thing, and not think that you have to choose one thing because society's making you choose one thing. Like, that's not all you have to be. Your identity is like a piece of art that you can navigate through, and identity, ego is also a piece of art for me. Ego has such a negative connotation in the spiritual world. Oh my god, get rid of your ego, fucking kill your ego, choke your ego, poison your ego. I don't fucking know, but I want to stop swearing in my videos. I will someday, but I'm amused by that because to me my ego has been a method of survival because I've gone through so much trauma in my life. So it hasn't been a thing that I'm trying to get rid of. It's been a thing that I've been working with. The whole, like, you know, make friends with your demons. That's kind of what it's been for me. And I have made friends with it, and I've understood that I'm able to change my ego like if it was art. I'm able to change my identity when you look at those two being connected. And I'm no longer trapped by this idea that, like, oh, I'm being egotistic, or like, you know, and yes, I can be. I'm being egotistic right now talking about this. I have to be. I have to come into my character to represent something, to send the message that I want to give. I have to do that, you know? But then I take a step back and I know one thing, that I know nothing, you know? And all of this, I'm just exercising my free will of my ability to think and be human and observe and analyze, and that's my ego as well. So there is no sense of fighting the ego. Kill your ego is a great quote, but I think it's a little limited to the truth that this is a never-ending journey. You don't just kill your ego and suddenly you are the highest, most spiritual person on the planet. Like, that is not how this works. It is a continuous journey. There's always new layers that you're going to hit. What's most important is that you stay courageous and open, and you're not ashamed of who you are and who you have been, and you rock that and say, that person in the past, that person that made fun of this girl that came at me on my status and tried to remind me and punish me about who I am, that person isn't really me. It was an identity that I adopted to survive. So I wanted to leave you guys with that thought. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.